Hi friends, today I want to share with you Capuccinos Milk Frother. I have right here. This makes a great gift for coworkers, for spouses, for your loved ones, for mother-in-laws, father-in-laws, for anyone, and most importantly for yourself. Get yourself one of these. These are awesome. I happen to live here in a part of the country that gets pretty chilly during the winter, and so we love our warm drinks or warm beverages. This is great for making a cappuccino if you want to make one, a latte if you want to do a chai, if you want to do a matcha, if you like to do cocoa or hot chocolate, if you like to do, did I say cappuccinos? It's endless. If you like to just to do steamed milk, this is perfect. This is the device to use. You will want to have one of these in your kitchen. A lot of you guys are probably familiar and have seen one of these things on the market. These are the battery powered little whisk. I've loved ours. However, I have to say I've gone through so many of these because they just kind of crap out on me after a little while. That, and they don't really mix up. If you tend to like add a powder, like a chai powder or a matcha powder or cocoa powder or even protein powders, and you're trying to whisk it up, these kind of still leave it a little bit chunky and clumpy, and that's kind of gross. Nobody wants to, you want to drink your beverage. You don't want to have to chew your beverage. So this is going to do the job for you. You're going to feel, if you get used to using this, you're going to have your own little coffee shop in your house. It's going to be amazing. Let me just go over a few things. So this is the box. This is the product itself. And let me just show you. So we've got here a beautiful stainless steel pitcher. This is the warming plate that comes with it. You do need to be careful with this because it does get hot, especially the center part. So you've got your pitcher here. It does hold up to 8 ounces of your milk, and it recommends that you only use milk or an alternative to milk. So that's oat milk, that's a lactate-free kind of milk, rice milk, almond milk, but don't try to heat up any other kind of beverages. Just milk or a milk alternative. Again, it holds up to 8 ounces. So if you want more or less is no problem. If you want more, obviously you'll just need to make up 2 batches if you want more than 8 ounces. So the pitcher, stainless steel, you've got your warming plate right here that plugs in, and then you've got your little sponge that comes along with this. That's great because it does tell us and warn us this is not to be put in your dishwasher. Do not put this in your dishwasher. Don't submerge this in water. Please don't. It's electrical. You can risk electrocution, obviously, or you can damage the product. So we don't want to do that. All you need to clean this is just mild dish soap and warm water and a soft sponge. And like I said, they made it really easy because they added this to the product package. And then it does recommend that after use, let it cool, but then clean it immediately. In addition to that, you also get, I put mine away, but you also get an extra little whisk. That is, if for some reason the whisk that's already inside breaks for whatever reason, you have a replacement piece right there. So hold on to this and put this somewhere safe. And then lastly, you have your manual. Make sure that you read over your manual. It's going to give you all the ins and outs, tell you what to do, what you can't do. It also has some troubleshooting advice. And then last but not least, I love this. It's got your easy recipes. So again, recipes for cappuccinos, macchiatos, frothy coffee, hot chocolate, hot cocoa, cafe latte, and iced coffee. Again, you can make much more. You can make warm teas that are milk-based. You can make chais. You can use your protein powders in this. The options are endless. But let's get to it, okay? I'm gonna show you, we're gonna demonstrate, I'm gonna show you how to use this, how simple it is, okay? So, go ahead and make sure when you plug it in that the cord is not hanging off of a counter, and that's obviously for safety purposes. You don't want to catch it. You don't want anybody walking by catching it. You don't want an animal catching it, trying to grab it off the counter. You don't want a kid accidentally catching it, because again, this warming plate does heat up, okay? Then we're gonna go ahead and set this on the warming plate. Let's see if I can pull this forward, okay? And, oh, before I begin, sorry, let me unplug this. Let me just show you. I did just use this, so don't mind a little bit of water mess in there. But there's 3 different lines, if you can see on this side. So there's 3 different lines. You want to pay attention to those lines because the first line is a minimum line. They do not want you plugging this in and operating it if there is no liquid or milk in it, okay? That is a fire hazard. It can burn down your house. So make sure that you are not keeping this on plugged in without your liquid in there. And then also make sure that you pay attention to that minimum line. You don't want to have it your liquid go beyond or below that. Then next, just above that, you have a maximum line. And that is if you want to just simply froth your beverage, get that foam, not froth, but if you want to get foam. And then you have a second maximum line, and that is where our 8 ounces, if you were to pour in more than 8 ounces, it would exceed that last line, that top line. Do not do that. But this is where if you want to froth and foam your beverage, you would pour in your beverage to that second maximum line. Okay, let's go over a couple more things. So we've got our power button. I'm gonna go ahead and add at this moment, I have about 6 ounces, give or take, probably 5 ounces of milk. And again, you can use a milk alternative, but go ahead and pour this in. Make sure it goes above that minimum line, okay? And I don't want it to exceed my second maximum line. So I have it just above my minimum line, okay? And then I have my lid, put my lid on. That is important. Do not operate this without your lid. And then we have a power button. I appreciate that we have a power button because sometimes with devices, you plug them in and they just turn on. So we have full control of this. We've got our power button right here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and turn it on. Oh, silly me, I unplugged it. So let's plug it back in. Now let's turn it on. Okay, so these are a few things. So there's 4 different functions. The red is if you want to froth your drink and you want it the maximum foam, okay? So heat, and it's gonna froth your drink and give you maximum foam. If you turn it to orange is going to, and I've got a little cheat sheet here that comes with it. Orange is heating and frothing a soft foam, okay? So again, red was the maximum firm foam. This is a soft foam if you're on orange. If I click it again, then I get white. White is just heating my beverage, okay? So if I just want to heat milk, there you go. Turn it to the white setting. And then if I want to have a cool beverage, but I want a foam, then I can obviously just turn it to the blue setting. For right now though, I'm gonna use a protein powder and I'm gonna make a firm or maximum foam and heat this. Again, I'm using a protein powder. I like to do this in lieu of a cocoa powder. I like to do this because I'm getting my protein, but also it's kind of tricking me into thinking that it's like a dessert, right? I get that foamy drink, it's yummy, but I'm also getting my protein in there. So what it recommends first is frothing, warming, heating your milk or your milk alternative. So let it do that, okay? Let it do that. And then this will take a minute or two. And it's just spinning. And again, the mixer that's in here spins at a much faster rate than my handheld. Remember my little handheld? I don't get nearly the foam or the froth that I do with my milk frother here. So this, if it's a toss up and you're like, what do I get? Go with your milk frother. Go with Cappuccinos milk frother for sure. It's the win. Oh, sorry, I should not be pushing on that. I would recommend, as you become familiar with it, just as I am, always have a little dish rag nearby, not something wet but dry, that you can get any messes with. This is foaming quite a bit. As you can see, it's escaping me. I probably put in a little too much milk. So again, pay attention to those lines. Maybe I got a little ahead of myself. Okay, It's stopped for now, so let's go ahead very carefully because again, use some caution. This is hot, okay? But immediately what I see is, look at all that foam. So good. Let's go ahead and add, give this a little wipe. And this won't take nearly as long. Just needs a few little revolutions there, but let's add some of my cocoa powder in there. Okay. All right. And let's give it a few whirls, let it go. For time's sake, I don't know that I'm gonna have it go the entire time, let it go on its own. I just want to basically get it mixed in there. Again, I love the milk frother though, because with any kind of powder, it's not going to leave any kind of chunks for you. Again, we like to drink our drink and not chew our drink, especially chunks. That's gross and a little disturbing. So this is mixing it in there. And there's a little bit of trial and error. I have only used this a few times, but I've loved it and enjoyed it. So I suppose as I become a better barista, I probably won't need this. But while I'm getting used to it, right, it's nice to have this on hand so that you don't have any liquid mess. But it's gone ahead and it's already stopped. It's mixed everything really quickly. And let's go ahead and it turns off, which I appreciate once it's done mixing. And then let's go ahead and show you right here. It smells so good. I love to use protein powder because in lieu of like chocolate, hot cocoa powder, because it's healthier for me. Plus I get all that protein, yummy goodness. But it makes me think, kind of tricks me into thinking that I am drinking something really yummy, like a dessert. Look at that. Look at that foam, my friends. Look at that. This is Cappuccinos milk frother. This is what you want. Give it a good sip. It's a little hot. Use some caution. So good. So much foam. So much foam. Love it. Try it out. Get yourself one. Have fun with it this winter. Give it to a friend. It makes such a great gift. Cappuccinos milk frother. You won't regret it. Try it out.